Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on competitive multiplayer with Daggerwin. So yes, we're back on the farm here in Northern Ireland on what's actually called Ladyhill farm, or Ladyhill the map, which I forgot last time. I didn't realise what it was because I just downloaded it quickly and didn't even really look at it. So yeah, that's where we are. We're in Northern Ireland and we are cultivating our first field. We harvested this one last episode. It was a wheat field, and now we're cultivating that in ready for drilling. Although we don't actually have a drill yet. Yes, I kind of made a mistake, or I didn't realise last time that the barley that I had in storage was not supposed to be there. I actually had no way of knowing that because I assumed that Daggerwin had put some in his, or he had some in his silo as well. But that turns out not to be the case. So to be fair to both of us, then what's happened is Daggerwin deleted the rest of my barley, but he's added in the same amount that I sold last time to keep it equal. So obviously, yeah, that's not quite gone to plan exactly, but it is now fair again because he has now the same amount that I sold. So we're both exactly the same now. So it's back to fair again. A few of you were saying it wasn't fair that I sold that and Daggerwin didn't have any, but I didn't realise that Daggerwin didn't have any. I should have asked him really, but I just assumed that he had, and yeah, that's what happened. So anyway, we're both back to being equal again. Apparently I also had some bells which I didn't even realise. I didn't even see those, but yeah, they've gone as well. I think they're in the yard, but I never even saw those, so I'm not at any advantage with that because they're now not there. So yeah, I think it is about exactly fair again, about 50-50 on everything that we've got. I think Daggerwin's field probably yielded slightly worse because of the soil type, but then I think he's got some better fields as well where maybe mine aren't as good. I can't actually see my soil types because I don't think I can. Can I? No, because I haven't done the soil sampling. Looks like Daggerwin has done. So his is, yeah, that's not good. Sandy loam, that's really not a good soil type. You want silty clay or loam or that sort of thing, really, ideally. For a good yield. So I don't know what mine is, but apparently it's better than Daggerwin's was, because I think it was, Daggerwin said 3,000, oh, that was a bit of a lag, 3,000 litres more than he did from the same size field, because of the soil type. But yes, probably, I don't know what my ones down here are like. Maybe they're worse than Daggerwin's. Maybe he's got better fields here somewhere. That's a good field, usually 14. I really should do my soil sampling, because I don't know what soil type I'm on at all. It would be useful. Don't know how much it would cost. 787, that's not too bad. Oh, there we go, yeah, some sandy loam and loam there, so that's better than what was it? Yeah, sandy loam. He's got loamy sand, so yeah, that's not as good. His is basically sand, which does not hold nutrients or moisture very well. Okay, so I'm going to continue then with this cultivating. It shouldn't take too much longer, we're almost there now, and then we'll move on to the next job. Okay, so we've got that field all cultivated. I've just been having a think though about what we can do next, because I'm in a bit of a problem situation really. I've only got just under 9,000 in the bank, so I can't really afford to buy anything much. There's no contracts that I can do, because we have decided that we are allowed to do contracts, but only ones with equipment that we actually own, which basically means nothing, because well, I suppose I could do a cultivating contract if there is one. I've got a cultivator. No, there isn't one. Can't do any harvesting because we haven't got these correct equipment, and we don't have anything else to do, so we can't do contracts basically at the moment. But we haven't got any grass equipment, so what I'm thinking of probably doing is turning this grass field into an arable field. I think Daggerwin might have done the same thing. I'm not sure. I guess that one might have been a grass field. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not just copying Daggerwin. I know there's his field, so he hasn't done. I'm just thinking about what I can do so I can actually do something. I've got this sugar beet field as well, which I'm not sure whether I should harvest or not. It's not ready yet, but when it is ready, should I harvest that or should I just cultivate it in? Because I haven't got the equipment. I'd have to lease a really small harvester, which would be a trailed harvester, I should think, as well, which would be so slow. But then it seems a shame to just cultivate in a crop that's growing. I could make some money out of it a bit. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, so what I'm thinking of doing is cultivating or drilling field 11 with a crop. Of course, we don't have a drill. I would have to lease a drill to do that. That one I was thinking of leaving until the spring and doing a spring crop in that. Probably soybeans or sorghum. Yeah, but that one we could possibly put a crop in now, field 11. So, yeah, I think we're gonna lease a seed drill. And yeah, with 125 horsepower, we're going to struggle to pull most of these. That one's 4 meters. That one's 3 meters. I wonder if we could pull the 4 meter one, because that one does fertilizer as well, but it's a bit risky. How flat is that field? That grass field. If it's fairly flat, we might be able to get away with it. There's a bit of a slope. I think we could struggle. But yeah, I don't really want this grass field at the moment because we have no equipment to do anything with it. I don't have a front loader, I don't have any sort of loading wagon or mower or windrow or anything. I don't have any equipment and I can't really afford to lease all of that, and certainly can't afford to buy it. So I think it would be more beneficial at this stage of the game to turn that into an arable field. So yeah, this is a really big risk if I go for this 180 horsepower requirement one. I would like to get one that does the fertilizer as well, and it's a bit wider and a bit faster if we can get up to speed. So yeah, we're gonna risk it, I think. This is a big risk though. Seed and fertilizer. It's 3,500. Oof. Well, let's drive to the shop first, so we're not paying for it just to be sat at the shop. We'll go and pick that up from the shop, and we'll head over to the field and see if we can actually use it. Okay, so yeah, so far so good. It is working. It definitely is a bit light on the front end though. The steering definitely feels light. I'm struggling to steer it a bit and turn on the ends, but yeah, that obviously ideally it needs a front weight on it, but I'm not going back to the shop for a front weight because it's not, well, for one I don't really want to spend the money on one at the moment with this amount in the bank, and two, it would waste time really. I just want to get this done, so we're going to continue without a front weight for now and just hope for the best. But anyway, that's three laps of the headlands done, so we'll now start to go up and down the field, although with this shape of field it's not really, it's another field where I think it's chosen the sort of wrong way. I would personally go the other way around, but never mind, we'll just do what it's already set up. I know you can change the direction of the lines, but we'll just stick with this, it's not too bad. So yeah, I'll continue getting this one drilled with canola. I've chosen canola because I know that it's quite a high value crop when you come to sell it. I know Daggerwin did canola as well. I was thinking about doing barley. I almost did barley, but then barley is quite a low yielding crop and it's not worth as much, so I suppose I could have done wheat as well. I don't know, at this stage with such small amounts it's not going to make too much difference which crop I grow really. What's the soil type on this one? I did do the I did buy the information, so I should know. It's oh no, that's not. Oh good, it's a sandy loam. That's not too bad. That's the same as that one, I think. Yeah, so it's reasonable. There is a bit of silty clay in there as well, so yeah, it's going to, yeah, pretty good yield at that one. It should be. So yeah, not a bad field. Still a bit undecided about the sugar beet, so maybe you'll let me know what you think I should do with the sugar beet. Should we just cultivate that in, or should we actually try and harvest it? Bearing in mind that we certainly won't be able to get a big harvester, and even the big ones take a while. It's going to have to be a very slow trailed harvester. I haven't actually looked, I didn't look at them, did I, to see how big they actually are, but I don't think they're very big. I'm going to crash into the end of the field if I'm not careful. I can't actually find the sugar beet harvesters at the moment. I know they're around here somewhere. Yeah, I've gone over the field. Oh dear. Oh, I've gone through the hedge. So I thought there'd be collisions on the hedges. That's interesting. There isn't. Okay, that's not good. It's actually decided to cultivate the field next door as well, or drill the field next door. Let's get back on track. Okay, so should we quickly have another look to see if we can find the sugar beet harvester. They are around here somewhere. Beet harvesters, there we go. Oh, they're all... What's that? Is that a beet harvester? That's the only one that's under 100,000, whatever that is. Oh no, that's a topper. I don't think I'll even be able to. Yeah, we've got a rule. We're not able to lease a vehicle or machine that's worth more than 100,000. So even the trailed harvester, from that glimpse I just saw there, I think it's 175,000. So harvesting the sugar beet doesn't look likely, unfortunately. Unless, of course, we can get a mod harvester on the map. It would be nice to have a few more mods. I know Daggerwin has installed quite a few mods. This tractor being one, and also the combines are all mods. But yeah, it would be nice to have some more smaller equipment to start off with. There's always has been in Farming Simulator, but it seems to be even worse in FS25. There is always a lack of small equipment. It's so hard to get going in this game. Once you do get established, it's really easy to make money, actually, as I found out in my single player series and also in the previous multiplayer series. But starting off, it's tough. It's a really tough game, this one. I think mainly because, well, a big part of it is the lack of small equipment. There seriously needs to be more smaller equipment. Things like small rolls, small seed drills, you know, cheap, older stuff, not modern stuff. Like this is one of the smallest seed drills at 4 meters, and yet it's to buy new. This one's 68,000. So if we didn't have this leasing rule under 100,000, we wouldn't even be able to afford to buy this. I don't know how you're actually supposed to establish yourself without leasing, because you can't afford any of the equipment. But yeah, that's what mods are for. I suppose there must be some mods by now that are cheaper, smaller, cheaper, older stuff. We need to look at that really. But the trouble is it relies on Daggerwin installing them on the server, because he runs the server, not me. So it's not really my choice. But yeah, if it was up to me, I would definitely have some smaller equipment on here to help us out at the start, because yeah, it's not easy. Anyway, let's continue with this, and we'll get the rest of this field drilled with canola. There we go, that's the field complete. So next, it needs rolling really, but we don't have one, of course. Daggerwin hasn't rolled his either. I doubt there's a roller, mod roller or anything that's on the server that would be suitable. But let's just quickly check. Let's go to the field again and we'll just check. So pH is okay, it's not great, but it's okay, so we'll stick with that for now I think, rather than buying or leasing a lime spreader. We can't actually afford to do that at the moment. Nitrogen should be good, although I don't know why. Maybe somebody can explain this. Why is there these patches, or is it not going to show up on this screen? When I was drilling it was showing a load of patches of red, like not good, and it still looks like it's showing that. There we go. What's this about? Because my drill was full of fertiliser and it was applying the fertiliser, and obviously as you can see most of the field has been applied, but for some reason there's little patches. And I don't understand why it hasn't drilled, because I covered the whole field. The whole field is drilled. So why have some of the patches not drilled? That shows the coverage, you see, that's all drilled perfectly, this middle bit. So why is there these patches? Don't understand that. But yeah, the pH could do with improving, but we won't do that this year. Rolling, I don't know, again it's difficult because I can't afford one. Are there any that are affordable, even to lease? I don't think so. Is it even worth it? That's the thing for one field. Rollers, there we go. So that's the only one. Yeah, it's the usual 3. That's the mod one, but we can discount that. No, can't even afford to lease the smallest one. So it's difficult. Yeah, so I don't know what to do about that really. We can't roll it and we can't put lime on it this year. But at least it's fertilised mostly, apart from the patches that haven't worked for some reason. And yeah, the plan is, well, this one I'm going to put a spring crop in, 37, that's why I haven't drilled that one. We're going to put, like I said earlier, soybeans or sorghum or something into that, maybe even oats, I don't know. Something probably, I'm thinking about either buying or leasing a planter next time, rather than a seed drill. And then yeah, the sugar beet, I think is looking unlikely that we can harvest that because of the cost of the harvester. So let's just get that again while I actually have a chance to look at it now. I believe that's the harvester. Oh, it needs the topper as well. So that doesn't even include the topper, and it's 175,500, and that's the cheapest. Really? 6.4 metre working with though. Wow. Oh, and you'd need a tractor alongside it. Yeah, and that's, oh no. Yeah. Which is why these are the ones to go for really, if you're going to do sugar beet. But the cost. Yes. So I don't think it's going to really be practical to harvest that sugar beet field, unfortunately, which means that's probably going to have to be cultivated as well. I suppose I could drill it now. Just unloaded the drill, but if I was to put something in that would go next month, barley. Yeah, I think we might drill that with barley now actually, or at least start it, probably not finish it now. Just thinking about the wheat price at the moment. Where's wheat? Yeah, that's increasing to January, so we won't sell that now. Okay, so pretty much just wasting my time coming back to the arcs. I think I've decided I'm going to drill that one with barley. The sugar beet. Didn't really want to. I wanted to harvest it. I think it is a real shame to basically cultivate in a growing crop, but I'm sure you can understand my predicament. I have physically no way of harvesting it unless, of course, there was a mod harvester, which we don't have at the moment. So that would be relying on getting one for next time, but then there probably isn't one. I don't know. I haven't looked, to be honest. I don't know what there is available. But even them, even the mods, they're probably still more than 100,000, which means I couldn't lease it. I couldn't even afford to lease it now. These are tight gateways, I've noticed as well. Well, I did mention this last time as well. This map is very tight. I think I'm going to really struggle with any bigger equipment. If we get to the stage where we can afford bigger equipment, I don't think I'll fit it into my fields, which is a bit of a concern. Okay, so yeah, what we're going to do? Barley, wheat or barley? I'll do barley because that'll be ready earlier in the year. We should have that ready in June or July, whereas wheat won't be July or August. So let's make a start on this. I hate doing this. I don't want to do this, as I've said, but unfortunately, I can't really see another way of harvesting the crop. That's the problem. I haven't purchased the soil information either. We better do that. So we need to go on to precision farming again. 525. So another one where the pH isn't brilliant. Neither is the nitrogen. But the soil type is good, so that's something. Okay, so yeah, I will do this for a bit. I don't think we're going to get the whole field done now, but I will make a start on putting this one with barley. Well, that's annoying. We have 1290 in the bank, and these are 1920. If only the numbers were the other way around. If only the 2 and the 9 were swapped over, I would have just the right amount. Right. Of course, there's no loans, I don't think, allowed on this series, so I haven't got enough money to continue my drilling, which is a bit of a pain. The only option is to sell some of my wheat, which, of course, would mean selling it again at not a very good price. I have to drop the drill off because I've only got one tractor as well, and we'll have to go and pick up the trailer and sell a load of wheat just so that we have less than £1,000 more than what we have at the moment. That's all I need, because I don't really want to be selling most of it because I will just be losing out. If I wait, I'll get a lot more money for it than if I sell it now, so we just have to sell a tiny amount just to get it up to about 3,000 or something. That's all I need.
When I'm down, you pick me up. You and me, we shiny dust, and we won't ever get enough. They don't know. They don't know. In your eyes I put my trust. Baby, you're my all-time favorite drug. Let them keep talking about us, 'cause they don't know. We'll never know. When the rain hits hard on my window, when the night's too dark, you're my hero. When our troubles come, we can lay low. Say it like we're never gonna leave. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. We gon' ride into the sunset, just you and me. We gon' sing along to our songs at the top of our lungs. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. The movies. The movies. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. The movies. The movies. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. Good as gold, got this on lock, and they can't ever make us stop it. Come take my hand, get on this rocket. They don't know, we'll never know. When the gon' do it like they do in the movies. We gon' ride until the sunset, just you and me. We gon' sing along to our songs at the top of our lungs. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. The movies. The movies. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. The movies. The movies. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. When I'm down, you pick me up. You and me were shiny dust. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. We gon' ride until the sunset, just you and me. We gon' sing along to our songs at the top of our lungs. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. The movies. The movies. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. The movies. The movies. We gon' do it like they do in the movies.
Well, I wasn't sure we were going to get that finished today, but I thought it would be sensible to try and finish it so that we can return this seed drill that's obviously leased, and then we don't lose as much money. That was the plan. So there we go, we get that unloaded, and now we can return it. Oh, they've just spawned right in the track. Yeah, so Daggerwin said we have to go into the menu to return it because apparently the trigger, the soul trigger or the workshop trigger is inside the shed, which doesn't open apparently or something. So we return the drill, we won't need that again for a bit, so yeah, that's served as well. It was obviously, as you saw there, a bit too big for the tractor. I was really struggling to manoeuvre it on the turns and stuff. It was just pushing the tractor around, I couldn't reverse it or anything, it was a nightmare, but yeah, it's done now, so that's all good. Yeah, and we'll leave it there because Daggerwin's just finished as well, so it's a good time to end. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.